Hi, welcome. In this video, we are going to discuss a very significant topic, that is continuity equation of current. Basically, the continuity equation of current is based on the principle of conservation of charges. It's very famous conservation of charge principle. It says that charges can neither be created nor be destroyed. So we already know from definition of the total current, right? If you consider a closed surface with current density J vector, then the total current crossing that surface can be mathematically written as I equals surface integral J dot ds. Okay, now going with principle of conservation of charge, what does it say? When you have current vector coming out, in the sense when there is current vector coming out, directly indicates you that there are charges flowing, or there is flow of charges outwards from this closed surface. So it is coming out from this closed surface, crossing some point where you are measuring, that's why you are getting current, and that's how you calculate current density. All this is clear from our previous videos. Okay, so when these charges are coming out from this closed surface, going with conservation of charge principle, there should be equivalent decrease, right? Equivalent amount of charge should be decreasing inside the closed surface. Yeah, that is interesting. See, if I consider, okay, a closed surface something like this, and there is charges moving outwards, okay, and giving me these current vectors. So I have flow of charges, okay, maybe flow of charges outward like this. Okay, there are so many these charges coming out from this. Then these charges are now moving out. That means these charges are not present here. So if you can calculate number of charges decreased inside this, then that should be equal to the number of charges which is now outside. Very simple, very straightforward. This is with assumption that, okay, so there should be a reduction here. It is based on the assumption that there is no charge entering this closed surface. That's very important. Okay, no charge can enter this closed surface during this course of events. Okay, assuming that there is no charge entering, then the reduction of charges here will be directly proportional to how many charges are coming out, which is in turn giving me the current. That is, the outward rate of flow of charge get balanced by rate of decrease of charge inside the closed surface. If Q, okay, if capital Q is the total charge within the closed surface, then rate of change of charge can be represented as dq by dt, which is also we have discussed, right? dq by dt, but here it is rate of decrease of charge. So rate of decrease is denoted by a negative sign, So minus dq by dt, the rate of decrement of Q should be equal to current. This is as per conservation of charge, should be equal to current. Okay, so this can be easily written as, now current is nothing but surface integral J dot ds. So surface integral J dot ds is equal to minus dq by dt. So this is very straightforward. This is directly from principle of conservation of charges, and remember that this negative sign indicates that this is decrement in charge, and this equation, that is surface integral J dot ds equal to minus dq by dt, is nothing but my continuity equation, but in integral form. Okay, so continuity equation in integral form is given by this particular equation. It is necessary for you to remember this equation. It's very important, very significant equation. So now we have integral representation of continuity equation. So it is better to know differential or point form of the continuity equation also. So let us see how to obtain point form of continuity equation. Okay, in the course of finding point form, I will be considering divergence theorem. So we have already visited what is divergence theorem. So I will be just applying divergence theorem. Okay, to write my surface integral j dot ds in a volume integral form. So applying divergence theorem to surface integral j dot ds, I get surface integral j dot ds as volume integral divergence of j over the volume, right? So this is directly lifted from divergence theorem. So I hope you agree with this. Okay, so surface integral j dot ds can be written as volume integral of divergence of j over that volume. Okay, now from integral form, surface integral j dot ds is nothing but minus dq by dt. So rewriting this equation as minus dq by dt is now equivalent to volume integral del dot j dv. Okay, but what is this q now? The q which we are evaluating, q is the total charge present inside the volume. So how we are going to calculate or evaluate q? So q can be evaluated as, okay, the q can be evaluated as volume integral rho v dv, right? Because I can calculate q for a small volume by using rho v delta v. Now I am interested in the entire volume because I am calculating divergence of j for the entire volume. So I need to know what is q for the entire volume. So from definition, q for volume charge distribution is volume integral rho v dv. So just by substituting that, I get volume integral del dot g dv as minus d by dt of q, which is nothing but volume integral rho v dv. Now concentrate on this side, that is RHS, minus d by dt volume integral rho v dv I have, and if I am evaluating this for a constant closed surface, okay, constant closed surface, I can easily interchange these operands. In the sense, instead of finding a differential of integral of this quantity, I can find the variation of this quantity, then integrate it. That is possible. So interchanging the operands, I write it as the means I need to find what is the variation of rho v within the volume. Okay, then integrate it for the entire volume. That is possible. Okay, so I can write it as volume integral, okay, partial differential of rho v, because partial differential will give me the variation of rho v with respect to time in all the directions inside the volume. Excellent. Okay, so minus d bar rho v by d bar t dv. Okay, so now my LHS is this volume integral del dot j dv, and RHS is minus volume integral d bar rho v by d bar t dv. Okay, to make it simple, let me consider that I am going to evaluate this for a common volume. Okay, that is obvious, right? So I have to integrate this delta j, means calculate the divergence of j for a volume and calculate the variation of rho v with respect to time for the same volume. Okay, so I am going to computationally do this for the same volume. So I will ignore the integral and I'll just consider the integrands now, because this is same as this, right? So I will just calculate what is divergence of j, okay, over the considered volume, and what is variation of rho v with respect to time for the considered volume. This would be good enough for, so I am neglecting this integral because since this is for same volume. Okay, you should not have any confusion here. So del dot j dv is minus d bar rho v by d bar t dv. Now this dv dv can cancel mathematically, and I can easily write, okay, I'll go down, I can easily write what is my delta j, okay, divergence of j. So divergence of j is nothing but delta j is calculated as minus d bar rho v by d bar t. So if you calculate what is the variation of how my volume charge density is distributed with respect to time, then I can find what is divergence. Okay, so basically this is point form of continuity equation. So how I got this? I got this purely from conservation of charges. Okay, I reached at this point of equation. Okay, so just by using conservation of charge. Don't forget that continuity equation is purely from conservation of charges. That is, the total charge coming out of a closed surface is equal to the reduction of charges inside that closed surface. That's it. Okay, so using that I can directly write the integral from. Now in the course of finding what is the differential form of this equation, I find that I have to use concept of divergence, and using that concept of divergence I understood that del dot J is minus del bar rho V by del bar T. Now what this equation tells you is that the current or charge per second, okay, the charge per second, that is this del dot J represents that, okay, the charge per second diverging from a small volume per unit volume, because it is J, is equal to time rate of decrease of, because it is minus. So del bar by del bar T is the time rate of decrease of rho V. So rho V is nothing but charge per unit volume. Okay, so I'll repeat the sentence. So this equation conveys you that the current or charge per second diverging from a small volume per unit volume is equal to time rate of decrease of charge per unit volume, basically at every point in that volume. Okay, now one more point I'll love to add here. If you're talking about steady current, okay, the steady currents are those currents which does not vary with time, means it's not a function of time. If it is not function of time, what is the meaning? This del bar by del bar T, this particular portion will become 0. Okay, then del dot J becomes 0. So taking steady current, okay, concept of steady current, del bar rho V by del bar T will be 0 because it is not varying with time. So I get delta J as 0. That's it. Okay, delta J as 0. This is the idea I get if I consider steady current. Okay, the rate of flow of charge remains constant with time. That is the idea. So I hope the concept of obtaining continuity equation is very clear. So always keep in your mind that continuity equation is directly, okay, lifted from the principle of conservation of charge, and you should remember the integral form of continuity equation as well as the point form or differential form of continuity equation. And it is always good to understand that the current what we are talking about is convection current and it varies with time, and in case it is not varying with time we call it as steady current, and in such cases del dot J will be equal to 0. So continuity equation becomes as 0. Okay, divergence of current density will become 0. So thank you for watching.